رياضي الله hope for the Ummah.
أدري بأنك واثق أن النهاية للصبور. دارت نفوس بالصغار وأنت بالكبرى تدور. فاهنأ بسجنك وامتشر سيف النكاية للكفور. متوشحا بالعزم قد نام الأراذل في الخدك من نحور. أنت الهمام أنت الهمام أنت الهمام تحتفي بدم النحور. أنت الهمام أنت الهمام أنت الهمام.
My name is Dr. Mrs Oyagbemi M Kafilah. Okay, I schooled in Lagos. I was born and bred in Lagos State. I had my primary education in African Church Primary School, Ifakoja, in Lagos State. My secondary school at Lagos African Church Grammar School, Ifakoja, in Lagos. So I've always loved acting from my primary school, secondary school. I was always involved in acting and cultural activities, always wanted to sing and dance. So I made up my mind that I'm going to study theatre arts. Initially my father was against it, that you can't study theatre arts. In fact, there was a time he got to a point he said, instead of you going to study theatre arts for 4 or 5 years in university, I could as well take you to Baba Salah and you'll be behind him. So it was funny, but because I was determined, I was like, this is what I've always wanted to do. So with a lot of persuasions from people around, and with the promise that even when I get into acting, I'm not going to spoil the image of the family and all that. So he agreed to my studying theatre arts. And so that was how I got admitted to University of Ibadan. And thank God it was on merit. So that was between 2000 and 2005. But I lost my father just when I was about entering the university. I lost him. But at least the family rallied together and I started the program. And thank God while I started, like the second year, I realized the importance of hijab. And that was when I picked hijab in my second year. It was not as difficult as I thought it would be because my lecturers were kind of objective. So I thank God most of them were encouraging me and all that. So in my second year, I got the federal government scholarship, which was throughout my stay for the undergraduates. So I specialized in educational drama and playwriting. And in 2005, I was the best graduating student in the department. So after that, while studying theatre arts, I realized I love being with children, I love educating children, and that's why I did educational drama. But for me to have a certificate in education, that's why I proceeded to the Faculty of Education, University of Ibadan, did my PhD, and after the PhD is still not, I still have to go further, and that was why I went for Masters in Early Childhood in the same faculty. So after then, I couldn't get admission to study PhD, to go in for my PhD immediately due to lack of supervisors and all that. So I had to go to Institute of Education, that is International Center for Educational Evaluation. So I was there, and that was where I had my PhD, which is in Educational Evaluation / Early Childhood Education. Well, I'm married and I have 5 kids. Of course, yes, I have 5 kids. I'm married and I have 5 kids. It wasn't easy. Like some of my friends make jest of me at times. They're like, okay, while I was going for NYC then, I had my first child. Okay, when I was doing, for PhD, I had my second. So for the third one was about when I was coming in for my master's. So the fourth, coming in for PhD. And there was a time my colleagues were like, Mrs Oyagbemi, are you not going to have PhD, baby? So at least later, I got pregnant and I had my 5th child while running the program. But the fact remains that it's not easy. Running a home and still pursuing programs and all that, it is not easy. Combining responsibilities is not easy at all. especially as a Muslim woman, because you have your primary assignments, which is your home. But if you're the type that want to excel, especially when you like academics, there are so many things that you want to bring together. So you're wanting to do a program should not affect the family. And alhamdulillah, I have a supportive husband. He was very, very supportive. So I think that is one of the major things that has really kept me going. He's always giving the support. I got married when I was in 400 level. So when I said I want to do PhD, because the dream has always been there. Right from primary school, whenever I write a letter to anybody, I always write Dr. Kafilah Bakari. It has always been a dream that I want to become a doctor. So when we got married, thank God I married somebody that shares my dream. Because it's another thing to have your own dream. It's another thing for you to get married to somebody that shares a dream. The major thing is I'm the only Munaqaba, I'm the only person in Ville that will be graduating. And what I learned from people that have been here is that there has never been a sister in niqab that has come in for PhD to even being awarded the degree from the university. So for now, that's what stands me out. For now, I'm the only Munaqaba, I'm the only veiled sister that has been able to achieve this in the University of Ibadan. I studied theatre arts. I specialize in educational drama and playwriting. But at the end of the day, in each department, each faculty, then the whole of the university, you always have the best graduating students in each department, and so I was the best graduating student in the whole of the Department of Theatre Arts in that year. I said it's not easy, but whenever one is trying to achieve any goal in life, once you have some sets, there should be some things that will continue to pull you, even when that will continue to push you, even when you have some events of life trying to pull you back. Like I said, when I was my father brought me here the first time I was for my degree, but just like a few weeks after he brought me, before we resumed, he died. In fact, I would have lost that admission if you had not postponed resumption and registration. So that was the first thing that would have made the achievement of my dream to be unrealistic. But the family members came together, and while I was on the program, my first degree, when I started using my hijab, I know if it were to be some universities or some other places, it could have kind of become an issue that you want to do theatre arts, you want to use a hijab. But my lecturers were understanding, they were objective. In fact, some of them will even talk to me outside the class that they're expecting me to do better than the other girls, because they see me as, okay, you have this thing in you that we're seeing. So the encouragement was there from when I was in theatre arts. So they were asking me to come back. I said no, I can't. So that was how I proceeded to have my PhD. And when I got to the Faculty of Education too, most of the lecturers, initially some were kind of, some were not receptive. But with time, that's why I believe that for whatever one wants to do in life, try to excel in it. Just try to be the best. Because when you have your vision, when you make up your mind that you want to be the best, even if somebody set out to hate you for no reason, the person possibly may change his or her mind. That why do I have to hate this person? There was a time something happened in the institute where I had my PhD. Somebody said I cannot dress like this to the institute. It became an issue. I was asked to see the dean and all that. It got to the imam of the school. But I had that some professors rose up then that what is there anything you have against this girl? If it's just about her dressing, then there is no issue. Because when you talk about teamwork, when you talk about somebody being friendly, when you talk about somebody doing well in the class, she's there. So, and I think that was those were part of the things that actually helped me, trying to stand out most of the time, struggling against all odds. Because like having 5 children and still coming to school, it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy combining the two. But because I was determined, I could persevere. And I had this vision that I want to become a doctor, become a professor and all that. So that was what kept me going. Even when I was having different issues coming up, challenges, I was focused because I know this is just what I want to achieve. With a personal decision, sisters should have their own vision. They should be focused. Because when you are focused, it's not just about a brother coming to you and you just accept. You should pray about it. Then also try to study the person, find out about the person. Is this person going to be somebody that is going to be a partner in progress? Is it going to be somebody that is going to support my dream? Is it not going to be somebody that will just wake up one day and tell you it's not compulsory for you as a woman to acquire Western education? Your primary assignment is to take care of my children. Your this to do this? No. So it starts with these sisters, having their vision, and after having the vision, working towards it. Many things will happen in life that will want to that will become challenges that want to hinder them from achieving this. But if they are determined, if they can persevere, because even being in hijab and studying some courses may not be easy at times. That's why perseverance comes in. Your being in hijab should not stop you from whatever you want to achieve in life. Your hijab is part of you, and our sisters should not allow anybody to look down on them. Like I said it somewhere yesterday that I can remember when I went for my interactive session, somebody said, Elia, what do you want? I said, I'm here for my interactive session. It's a session you do before after your admission, you come for that, you interact with the lecturers before you are given the final. I said, I want to do my PhD. He said it jokingly that you should be at home, you should be there. I said, no, I don't want to be at home. I have my dreams, I want to achieve this. And then he just said, it's okay. So sisters should not allow anybody to look down on them. They should not allow anybody to cut short their dreams. And sisters should not settle for less. They should not be second-class citizens in their classes. When you are in a class, let them know you are there. It's not show off. It's not as if you're showing off. Always do things that, okay, you have an assignment, try to do it excellently. You have a class presentation, prepare very well for it. Even if there is somebody that doesn't like your face, by the time you're doing very well, the person will definitely at the end of the day have a change of mind, and you're going to be putting out a different picture about Muslim sisters, because you have an identity. And sisters should not also do what those that do not understand the deen are doing. You don't come to school and start because you have a freedom. You have a freedom because you're not allowed to go out at home. When you get to school, you start going out, doing things you're not supposed to do. It's not even about your parents, it's about your God. Allah is definitely going to ask you about what you do when you're in the school. So sisters should be morally upright, balance it. And it's only when we balance it, or when we balance Islamic education with Western education, that is where we can be able to achieve what we set out to achieve as Muslims. Like they said, you are not in a place, you're asking them, how have they shared it? How do you want them to share it? If you are not there, you cannot be part of it. You are saying your girls should not go to school. You want your wife to be treated by a female doctor. He's going to be that female doctor if you don't allow your girls to go into school. And they cannot become doctors if they don't study medicine. I appreciate my father, even though he's late. That's Alhaji Usamat Adekunle Bakari Alani. He will always say that the least he wants any of his child to achieve, the least academic achievements for any of the child should be master's degree. Because he was always telling us then that don't say because you have gained admission or you have a first degree you have become something. No. He planted that seed to love education in the children, and he always do anything to make us achieve that. So even though he's late, I really wish he's here. So I pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward him abundantly. And also my mother. You know, I said I have 5 children. I was only having children during NYC, one child, first degree, one child. But my mom was always coming around. Let me say, she is my unpaid nanny. She's always in the home taking care of the children while I'm in school. In fact, there are times she will have to follow me here. She will stay in the mosque while I go for lectures or exam. So I have this supportive parents. They were very, very supportive. And my siblings too. Talk about Mrs. Malomo, Mrs. Arilogun, Mrs. Makinde, Mrs. Adebagbo, Mr. Bakari. My siblings were supportive. They were so very, very, they are still very supportive. So I appreciate them. And I also appreciate my husband. Because if he had at one point tell me to stop, definitely there won't be today. But because he supported me, and he is still supporting me, he's always supporting. When I tell him I want to do this, he'll tell me. If he has started telling me, if you want to go abroad, you're free. If you want, he's always supporting. And that's Alhaji Sulaiman Abiodun Yaremi. He's always supporting me. So I thank Allah for him, and I pray that Allah reward him abundantly, and that He will make us to reap the fruit of this labor together in happiness and in good health. And also my children too, because they went through some things, having to cope with my not being in the home. Like my field work was in the north. I was in Niger State, Sokoto, Katsina. I was traveling about for my thesis project. But my mother was in the house taking care of my children. My husband too was there taking care of them. So I know definitely they missed me. They missed my not being in the house. So I appreciate them. That's Aisha Kikelomo Oyaremi, Mariam Titilope Oyaremi, Abdullahi Akorede Oyaremi, Abdurrahman Olamide Oyaremi, and my baby, that's my PhD baby, Khadija Olamiposi Wonshebolathan Oyaremi. I appreciate my friends too. Like this particular friend, that's Rukoya Olayinka Isiyotanpokuola. She's a friend. She's a friend indeed. There was a time I had this family issue. They were afraid I would stop. So she was always pushing me that you cannot stop. You cannot stop, you have to go further. Then there is this father that I have. He's not my biological father, but I can call him a father. That's Professor Abdugani Olayinka Roji. He is a father. Wallahi is a father. I said my father died at the inception of my first degree program. So Professor Raji took it up. He has always been a father. He's always encouraging me. Even for my PhD form, he gave me the form. He acquired the form from me. So, and when there was this issue about you cannot veil while you're doing this program, you cannot this, he is always supporting. And even when I have issues in the home, when I call him, he's not the type that will shout on you, or that will shout at you, or that will tell you this is what you should do. But he's going to take you through life. He's going to tell you gently why you should do this. And most times when I follow his pieces of advice, I realize that they may seem difficult at times, but they always end up with what I want. And there is this uncle of mine too, brother, Professor Abdulafiz Ayinde Oladoshu. My father handed me over to him when I came to UI. That was the first and the only time my father was here, because he knew him from home. So he handed me over to him, and he has always been there too. He has always been supportive. And my Amir too, that's Alhaji Abdulatif Abdugani, is supportive. And so many people I cannot mention. So I appreciate everybody that has made this to be possible. And I also appreciate my department, my department. That's Department of Theatre Arts. I can say they laid the foundation. Whatever I've become today, it started from theatre arts. Started from Professor Bamidele, Professor Omokoro, late Baba, we call him Baba. That's Professor Dapo Adelugba. So many of them, they laid the foundation. So I appreciate all my lecturers there. Uncle Tunde Awosomi, that's Dr. Awosomi. They have always been very, very good to me. Then going to Faculty of Education, I met people that became fathers and mothers to me, like Professor Esther Odiolowu, Baba Kimbote, that's Professor Kimbote, Professor Ajitoni. Many of them, they took me as if I'm one of their biological children. And finally, I appreciate all the staff of the Institute of Education, that is International Center for Educational Evaluation, University of Ibadan, Professor Adenike Emeke, Professor Folajo Gunfalaye, Dr. Sherifat Akorede, and my supervisor, Professor, she's not a professor, she just became a professor. That's Professor Monica Ngozi Odinko. She is a mother. She's a sister, and I call her the wind beneath my wing. She gave me the opportunity to fly, and I appreciate her.
Dear viewers, I want to encourage us to patronize UMMAH TV. You understand the word Ummah. The word Ummah is Quranic in the sense that it reflects our identity. Patronize the UMMAH TV, watch the programs, offer suggestions on ways by which the programming could be improved upon. Be active player, be active partaker in the activities of the channel, so that at the end of the day we'll be proud to say this is our channel, the channel that belongs to us, and we belong to the channel too. Assalamu alaikum.
تدور لها الزهور متقدم رغم القيود ورائد رغم الصخور اصبر فإنك يا أسير شمس ببابك سيدي كانت تلاقي